Namaste. Welcome back to Samskriti. We are in the 10th Sarga of Yuddha Kandam in the Adhyatma Ramayanam series. Taking counsel in that assembly of Rakshasas and ministers, Ravana, with whatever forces were left, now resolved to go to attack Rama just like the moth, accompanied by other insects, heads towards the fire. Sri Rama killed all the Rakshasas in the battle that followed. The 10-headed Ravana was also wounded in his chest by Rama's sharp arrows. He therefore immediately returned to Lanka, gravely wounded and tormented. Having experienced the prowess of both Rama and Hanuman several times, Ravana now hurriedly went to his guru, Shukracharya. Dashagriva then prostrated before his guru and said with folded hands, "O Lord, Raghava has destroyed Lanka along with the Rakshasa commanders and all our sons and relatives. All the powerful Asuras are already dead. How is it that such a vast calamity has befallen me while having you as my Guru?" Hearing this representation of Ravana, the preceptor of the demons prescribed thus to Ravana, "In whatever way it is possible for you, perform a fire sacrifice in secrecy. If you are able to do it without any obstruction, then out of it shall emerge a mighty chariot along with horses, a bow, a quiver, and arrows. You shall then become unconquerable, equipped with all these. Learn the necessary mantras from me and perform the fire sacrifice quickly." Following this instruction, Ravana returned to his palace and got a cave constructed as deep as Patala. Then he bolted all the gates of Lanka and collected with great effort all the requisites for doing the fire sacrifice. He then entered into the cave and, observing full concentration and silence, started performing the ritual. When the columns of smoke issuing from the sacrificial fire became visible, Vibhishana, the younger brother of Ravana, was stricken with fear. Showing that plume of smoke to Rama, he said, "O Rama, look, the 10-headed Ravana has started a fire sacrifice. If that is completed without interference, then he shall become invincible. Therefore, it is necessary to direct the monkey forces to obstruct the Homa." Rama agreed to do so, and with the concurrence of Sugriva, he directed Angada, Hanuman, and other powerful warriors to proceed forthwith on the mission. They leapt across the ramparts of the city and reached Ravana's palace. About 10 crores of monkeys went and plastered the Asura guards of the palace and also all the horses and elephants they found there in a short while. In the morning, Vibhishana's wife Sarama indicated the place of the sacrifice by a gesture of her hands. The powerful Angada broke open the stone door by a kick of his foot and entered the cave. There he saw the 10-headed Ravana sitting in a meditative posture with closed eyes. Then, on the orders of Angada, all the monkeys quickly trooped inside the cave. They created an uproar, beating all the attendants there, and literally ransacked the cave, scattering all the Homa materials. Hanuman forcibly snatched the sacrificial ladle from Ravana's hand and delivered blows on him with it. The monkeys were attacking Ravana from all sides with their teeth and sticks. But in spite of all this, Ravana did not give up his meditation, hoping for ultimate victory. Angada then swiftly went inside the inner apartment of Ravana's residence and, dragging the chaste Mandodari by her locks, brought her to the presence of Ravana, whereupon she began to weep like a destitute. Angada now tore away her gem-embedded overcoat. Many a precious gem scattered all around her person. Her gem-bedecked waist belt also snapped and fell on the ground, causing her lower garment to drop. All her ornaments fell and scattered everywhere. Similarly, out of jest and mischief, the other monkeys gleefully brought numerous other maidens belonging to the Devas and Gandharvas from the inner apartments. Then Mandodari, weeping bitterly before Ravana, angrily rebuked and addressed him, saying, "In your very presence, your wife is being dragged by her hair by your enemies. You are a shameless man to tolerate it. Of what good is your Homa? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? A person whose wife is humiliated and insulted in public by his enemies in his very presence should die then and there. Death is better than life in such a situation. Alas, O Meghanada, your mother is being tormented by the monkeys. If you had been alive, I would not have had to suffer so much. My husband has renounced both shame and his wife in his anxiety to live. Hearing this taunting and distressed lament of Mandodari, Ravana got up from his seat and taking hold of a sword, struck Angada on his waist, saying, "Oh, leave this lady alone." Thereupon, the monkeys freed Mandodari and left the place after having ransacked and defiled the fire sacrifice. All of them now went to Rama in great joy. Now Ravana consoled his wife and said, "O chaste lady, this world is under the decree of providence. A man born here has to undergo all kinds of experience. O beautiful lady, relying on this established wisdom and knowledge, you must stop lamenting and abandon your sorrow. Sorrow is a result of ignorance, and sorrow destroys wisdom, discrimination, and intelligence. We associate the eye sense with the non spirit, that is, the body, only out of ignorance. Attachment to sons, wife, etc., arises from the above misunderstanding, out of which comes the cycle of births and deaths. Joy, sorrow, fear, anger, greed, delusion, and desire, as also the stages of birth, death, old age, etc., are all born out of ignorance. The real self is alone, unaffected, pure, distinct from all objects, and untainted. The Atma is an embodiment of pure bliss, tranquility, and happiness. It is pure and has true knowledge and wisdom, and is free from every kind of change. That pure existence does not have a union or separation with anybody or anything. Knowing this, be free from fear. O Eternal One, forsake your sorrows and gloom of any kind. Realize the true nature of your soul and become cheerful. I am going right now and will return after killing Rama and Lakshmana. If it happens otherwise, I shall be killed by Rama's arrows, powerful like the thunderbolt weapon. Then I shall attain his supreme stature. In that case, O my dear wife, by my order, you must do one last thing for me. You must kill Sita and then enter the cremation fire with me." On hearing these words of Ravana, the sorrow-stricken Mandodari said, "O Lord, listen to my words, which are nothing but the truth, and then act accordingly. Raghava cannot be conquered by you or anybody else. He is the supreme Lord of all nature and of all living beings." In an earlier Kalpa, the Supreme Lord Rama, the lover of devotees, took the shape of a fish to save Vaivasvata Manu from all dangers. At the time of churning of the milk ocean, he assumed the form of a tortoise about 1,00,000 yojanas in dimension and held up the golden mountain on his back. Taking the form of a boar, he liberated the earth from the clutches of Hiranyaksha and slayed the wicked demon. This Raghunandana, assuming the body of half man, half lion, killed Hiranyakashipu, the son of Diti, who was like a thorn for the three worlds. As Vamana, the same Raghusattama measured the entire universe by 3 strides, bound up Bali, and gave the 3 worlds to his devotee Devendra. When the demons born as Kshatriyas tormented the earth, then he, as Parashurama, destroyed them many times in battle, and having won the earth from their domination, handed it over to sage Kashyapa. Presently, that same eternal supreme being has manifested himself as a man in the clan of Raghu for your sake. Why did you forcibly abduct his wife Sita from the Tapovana? To get my sons killed and get yourself killed too? At least now you should send Vaidehi to Rama's presence and bestow the kingdom to Vibhishana. After that, we both can take to Vanaprastha, or to the life of forest-dwelling ascetics. Hearing the words of Mandodari, Ravana replied, "O noble lady, after having caused the destruction of my sons, of my brother, and of the community of Rakshasas through Rama, how can I now even think of saving my life by departing to the forest? I shall fight with Rama. Pierced by the speedy arrows of his, I shall go to that supreme abode of Vishnu. I know that Rama is Vishnu and Janaki is Lakshmi. It is with the full knowledge of this that I forcibly abducted Sita from the forest, so that I can die at the hands of Sri Rama and as a consequence attain his supreme abode. O dear, now leaving you behind, I shall make my exit from this delusionary world of samsara. The supreme state of pure eternal bliss that liberation seekers attain, that very goal I shall attain by getting killed by Rama in battle. All my sins done in this world shall be washed off by death at Rama's hands. I shall gain liberation, which is a rare attainment for any jiva. I shall cross this entangling ocean of samsara, which has the 5 kleshas as its waves. That is ignorance, I sense with respect to the body, attachment, anger and fear. Illusion, deception and other delusions are its swirling whirlpools. Wife, children, kith and kin, wealth and the like are its marine creatures. Anger, ill temper, animosity and vengeance are the great submarine fires. And it has the net spread all over it in the form of kama, that is lust, desire, greed, avarice, infatuation, etc. I shall cross this ocean and go near Lord Hari. This sarga ends on this note. Let's move on with the chanting now. Adhyatma Ramayane Yuddhakande Dashamah Sargah Shri Mahadeva Uvacha Savicharya Sabha Madhye Rakshasai Saha Mantribhihi Niryayau Ye Vasishtastai Rakshasai Saha Raghavam शलभशलभैर्युक्तः प्रज्वलन्तमिवानलं ततो रामेण निहताः सर्वे ते राक्षसा युधि स्वयं रामेण निहतस्तीक्ष्णबाणेन वक्षसि व्यथितस्त्वरितं लङ्कां प्रविवेश दशाननः दृष्ट्वा रामस्य बहुशः पौरुषं चाप्यमानुषं रावणो मारुतेश्चैव शीघ्रं शुक्रान्तिकं ययौ नमस्कृत्य दशग्रीवः शुक्रं प्राञ्जलिरब्रवीत् भगवन् राघवेणैवं लङ्का राक्षसयूथपैः विनाशिता महादैत्या निहता पुत्रबान्धवाः कथं मे दुःखसन्दोहस्त्वयि तिष्ठति सद्गुरौ इति विज्ञापितो दैत्यगुरुः प्राह दशाननं होमं कुरु प्रयत्नेन रहसि त्वं दशानन यदि विघ्नो न चेद्धोमे तर्हि होमानलोत्थितः महान् रथश्च वाहाश्च चापतूणीरसायकाः सम्भविष्यन्ति तैर्युक्तस्त्वमजेयो भविष्यसि गृहाणमन्त्रान् मद्दत्तान् गच्छ होमं कुरु द्रुतम् इत्युक्तस्त्वरितं गत्वा रावणो राक्षसाधिपः गुहां पातालसदृशीं मन्दिरे स्वे चकारः लङ्काद्वारकपाटादिबद्ध्वा सर्वत्र यत्नतः होमद्रव्याणि सम्पाद्य यान्युक्तान्याभिचारिके गुहां प्रविश्य चैकान्ते मौनी होमं प्रचक्रमे उत्थितं धूममालोक्य महान्तं रावणानुजः रामाय दर्शयामास होमधूमं भयाकुलः पश्य रामदशग्रीवो होमं कर्तुं समारभत यदि होमः समाप्तः स्यात् तदा जेयो भविष्यति अतो विघ्नाय होमस्य प्रेषयाशु हरीश्वरान् तथेति रामः सुग्रीवसम्मतेनाङ्गदं कपिं हनूमत्प्रमुखान् वीरानादिदेशमहाबलान् प्राकारं लङ्घयित्वा ते गत्वा रावणमन्दिरं दशकोट्यः प्लवङ्गानां गत्वा मन्दिररक्षकान् चूर्णयामासुरश्वांश्च गजांश्च न्यहनन् क्षणात् ततश्च सरमानाम प्रभाते हस्तसंज्ञया विभीषणस्य भार्या सा होमस्थानमसूचयत् गुहापिधानपाषाणमङ्गदः पादघट्टनैः चूर्णयित्वा महासत्त्वः प्रविवेश महागुहां दृष्ट्वा दशाननं तत्र मीलिताक्षं दृढासनं ततोऽङ्गदाज्ञया सर्वे वानरा विविशुर्धृतं तत्र कोलाहलं चक्रुस्ताडयन्तश्च सेवकान् सम्भारांश्चिक्षिपुस्तस्य होमकुण्डे समन्ततः स्रुवमाच्छिद्य हस्ताञ्च रावणस्य बलादृशा तेनैव सञ्जघानाशु हनुमान् प्लवगाग्रणीः घ्रन्तिदन्तैश्च काष्ठैश्च वानरास्तमितस्ततः न जहौ रावणो ध्यानं हतोऽपि विजिगीषया प्रविश्यान्तः पुरे वेश्मन्यङ्गदो वेगवत्तरः समानयत्केशबन्धे धृत्वा मन्दोदरीं शुभां रावणस्यैव पुरतो विलपन्तीमनाथवत् विददाराङ्गदस्तस्याः कञ्चुकं रत्नभूषितं मुक्ता विमुक्ताः पतिताः समन्ताद्रत्नसञ्चयैः श्रोणिसूत्रं निपतितं त्रुटितं रत्नचित्रितं कटिप्रदेशाद्विस्त्रस्ता नीवीतस्यैव पश्यतः भूषणानि च सर्वाणि पतितानि समन्ततः देवगन्धर्वकन्याश्च नीता हृष्टैः प्लवङ्गमैः मन्दोदरीरुरोदाथ रावणस्याग्रतो भृशं क्रोशन्ती करुणं दीना जगाद दशकन्धरं निर्लज्जोऽसि परैरेवं केशपाशे विकृष्यते भार्या तवैव पुरतः किं जुहोषि न लज्जसे हन्यते पश्यतो यस्य भार्या पापैश्च शत्रुभिः मर्तव्यं तेन तत्रैव जीवितान्मरणं वरं हा मेघनादते माता क्लिश्यते बत वानरैः त्वयि जीवति मे दुःखमीदृशं च कथं भवेत् भार्या लज्जा च सन्त्यक्ता भर्त्रा मे जीविताशया श्रुत्वा तद्देवितं राजा मन्दोदर्या दशाननः उत्तस्थौ खड्गमादाय त्यज देवीमिति ब्रुवन् जघानाङ्गदमव्यग्रह कटिदेशे दशाननः तदोत्सृज्य ययुः सर्वे विध्वंस्य हवनं महत् रामपार्श्वमुपागम्य तस्तुः सर्वे प्रहर्षिताः रावणस्तु ततो भार्यामुवाच परिसान्त्वयन् दैवाधीनमिदं भद्रे जीवता किं न दृश्यते त्यज शोकं विशालाक्षी ज्ञानमालम्ब्य निश्चितम् अज्ञानप्रभवः शोकः शोको ज्ञानविनाशकृत् अज्ञानप्रभवाहन्धीः शरीरादिष्वनात्मसु तन्मूलः पुत्रदारादिसम्बन्धः संसृतिस्ततः हर्षशोकभयक्रोधलोभमोहस्पृहादयः अज्ञानप्रभवाह्येते जन्ममृत्युजरादयः आत्मा तु केवलं शुद्धो व्यतिरिक्तो ह्यलेपकः आनन्दरूपो ज्ञानात्मा सर्वभावविवर्जितः न संयोगो वियोगो वा विद्यते केनचित् सतः एवं ज्ञात्वा स्वमात्मानं त्यज शोकमनिन्दिते इदानीमेव गच्छामि हत्वा रामं सलक्ष्मणम् आगमिष्यामि नो चेन्मां दारयिष्यति सायकैः श्रीरामो वज्रकल्पैश्च ततो गच्छामि तत्पदम् तदा त्वया मे कर्तव्या क्रिया मच्छासनात् प्रिये सीतां हत्वा मया सार्धं त्वं प्रवेक्ष्यसि पावकम् एवं श्रुत्वा वचस्तस्य रावणस्यातिदुःखिता उवाच नाथ मे वाक्यं शृणु सत्यं तथा कुरु शक्यो न राघवो जेतुं त्वया चान्यैः कदाचन रामो देववरः साक्षात् प्रधानपुरुषेश्वरः मत्स्यो भूत्वा पुरा कल्पे मनुं वैवस्वतं प्रभुः ररक्ष सकलापद्भ्यो राघवो भक्तवत्सलः रामः कूर्मो भवत्पूर्वं लक्षयोजनविस्तृतः समुद्रमथने पृष्ठे दधार कनकाचलम् हिरण्याक्षोऽतिदुर्वृत्तो हतोऽनेन महात्मना क्रोढरूपेण वपुषा क्षोणीमुद्धरता क्वचित् त्रिलोककण्टकं दैत्यं हिरण्यकशिपुं पुरा हतवान्नारसिंहेन वपुषा रघुनन्दनः विक्रमैस्त्रिभिरेवासौ बलिं बद्ध्वा जगत्त्रयम् आक्रम्यादात् सुरेन्द्राय भृत्याय रघुसत्तमः राक्षसाक्षत्रियाकारा जाता भूमेर्भरावहाः तान् हत्वा बहुशो रामो भुवं जित्वा ह्यदान्मुनेः स एव साम्प्रतं जातो रघुवंशे परात्परः भवदर्थे रघुश्रेष्ठो मानुषत्वमुपागतः तस्य भार्या किमर्थं वा हृता सीता वनाद्बलात् मम पुत्रविनाशार्थं स्वस्यापि निधनाय च इतः परं वा वैदेहीं प्रेषयस्व रघुत्तमे विभीषणाय राज्यं तु दत्त्वा गच्छामहे वनं मन्दोदरी वचः श्रुत्वा रावणो वाक्यमब्रवीत् कथं भद्रे रणे पुत्रान् भ्रातॄन् राक्षसमण्डलं घातयित्वा राघवेण जीवामि वनगोचरः रामेण सह योत्स्यामि रामबाणैः सुशीघ्रगैः विदार्यमाणो यास्यामि तद्विष्णो परमं पदं जानामि राघवं विष्णुं लक्ष्मीं जानामि जानकीं ज्ञात्वैव जानकी सीता मया नीता वनाद्बलात् रामेण निधनं प्राप्य यास्यामीति परं पदं विमुच्य त्वां तु संसारात् गमिष्यामि सह प्रिये परानन्दमयी शुद्धा सेव्यते या मुमुक्षुभिः तां गतिं तु गमिष्यामि हतो रामेण संयुगे प्रक्षाल्य कल्मषाणीह मुक्तिं यास्यामि दुर्लभाम् क्लेशादिपञ्चकतरङ्गयुतं भ्रमाढ्यं दारात्मजाप्तधनबन्धुजशाभियुक्तम् और्वानलाभनिजरोषमनङ्गजालं संसारसागरमतीत्य हरिं व्रजामि इति श्रीमध्यात्मरामायणे उमामहेश्वरसंवादे युद्धकाण्डे 10मः सर्गः।